and today I'm doing another 80s tape deck. This is a late 80s, sort of 87 onwards vintage. It's a Kenwood, it's a KX-66CW. It's a little bit broken. The first complaints I've had with this is the auto reverse doesn't work and some of the buttons are a bit loose. So they are. Does it eject? Well, those bits are working. Well, we need to power it on. Well, there's troublesome whirring going on already. Twin decks, twice the trouble. Buttons aren't responsive. This one's not running at all. About this. Well, the capstan's running in this one. Well, Tape Deck Lottery says this will be belts. Let's get this lid off. Well, it's looking a bit dusty and mucky in here. Get the power back on it. Now I reckon both motors should be running. Tape deck number 1 or A or whichever one it is. Deck 1 I think. This is running. You can see the belt's going round. This one's belt's not going round. Oh, I feel the pulley is. The motor's spinning. Yeah, either that belt's knackered or something's seized up. Well, looks like the front panel's going to have to come off this to get into all this, get these decks off. I think I'm going to separate these decks if I can, just to do one at a time, because I think they are totally independent from each other. Might be a bit easier. I think I'm going to have to snip a few cable ties there. Yeah, in strategic places. This seems very familiar territory, doesn't it? I think that might be enough screws. There's a screw there. What's that for? Ah, yeah. This will be to do with holding the tape decks down. Oh. Oh no. I found out why the buttons are loose. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to have fell out. Okay, loose buttons are caused by snap plastic. In the jar you go. Oh wow, look at that. There's a whole second set of buttons there. They've just bent them back out the way, not using them. That's crafty, isn't it? This front panel's held on with nasty plastic clips. So I can lever them up a bit with a screwdriver. One in this corner, and if I give that a tug, I hope the owner's not watching this video. Oh, and we'll do the same at the bottom. Oh, no. Damn it. We'll leave the screwdriver in there. Come in, there we are. It's filthy. Have to be careful we don't knacker these. Yeah, this one's the one that makes me most nervous. Oh, look at that. At least we can't break it. Same with this one. We'll start with these grey ones because we can actually number them. So this one is connector CN7. I think you just lift that up. Let's pull that out. But I am going to write on a big number 7. This is CN8. No good writing on a black wire with a black pen, so I'm going with a white paint marker. Oh, what number? CN8. Oh, draw that too. Oh. Does that look like an 8? Yeah, from a distance. So what I need to do is unscrew these chassis. Normally they come off as a complete unit, which would be nice. I'll take the tape counter belt off. And we're out, I think. What do you reckon? That'll come off? Are we as lucky second time round? Oh, There we are. And here we have one of the decks. This is in fact number 2 I'm looking at now. It's got one motor on it, so there's just a single motor. Drives all the mechanism. There's a solenoid there, you can see the coil that pulls on the mechanism there, and we've got another one here, one each side, and that's about all I can see it's got. Fairly complicated little things. I'm just going to connect some power onto these little things here, whatever they're called. Now we see it's winding a tape backwards. Oh well. Let's find out what these little solenoids do. So on this side you can just push down on the little foots there, and that chain, oh, that's now stopped driving. So if I give that a push again, now it's driving again. Okay, that's what that one does. Okay, so what's the other one do? Might be fast wind or something. Just find it in there. Oh, it is. That's rewinding the tape. So how does it go forwards? That's a mystery. Okay, backwards. This wouldn't play at all when we tried it. Ah. Oh, it just jammed up, so the head just rotated then. Or half rotated. Oh, it's a bit stiff. And that's jammed the belt drive up. There we go. Oh, look at that, it's not very well rotated. Still going backwards. Yeah, that tells me there's something about this. I think it's a bit gummed up. We take this little cover off, bit of, feels like metal shielding, which it probably is on the tape heads. Move around out of the way. Oh, a bit fluffy. I don't know what makes this change direction. Must be how long you hold it down for, or the exact timing. Was that stopped? I think that might have stopped mid-cycle. Oh, it's like it gives up. Why doesn't it go all the way around? Don't know if these will pull out. Yes, they do. And this one's got a gear on it. Oh, and a belt, of course. Yeah, after a bit of wiggling around, I've got this into a bit of a neutral position in there. So this is sort of free to move, but it feels a bit crusty and grindy to me. Let's get this spring off. Oh yeah. Yeah, it feels nasty. I normally like to remove these and clean out any sort of gunk and debris. I'm not sure I can get this off easily. So if I can get some light oil to seep into it. This is another one of those moments where we really don't want much in here. We don't want oil to get on the cassette tape. That's very bad news. Oh wow. Okay, that has made a massive difference. Huge difference. So now we've got a better view of the mechanisms on here. So they've got the two solenoids. So this one seems to be fast forward. You've got these two complicated cams here. Look at this. So that sort of lifts the mechanism up. And this one does the triggers, they sort of start and stop the play part of it. So these are driven by that capstan. And this lever here flips the heads over. So this is the part that's of interest. You can see down there Now we've got that lubed, they're moving freely. Yeah, all sorts going on. Very complicated cam profile on here, on both of them. What a machine. I'm going to put the capstan back on because it's got the teeth that drive them all together. So now that I can turn this, see what goes on. So it's in its idle position now, so if I operate this solenoid, so that turns that one down there, so that's doing the sort of rewind mechanism thing, then that's stopped there. Quite stiff when that happens. But it's never changing direction. See what I'm seeing? I'm wondering if something's broken. So I'm going to pull that out again. Again, don't lose the washers. So I think this one's on top, so just bend that back, lift that out. Oh, there's a spring on there. And this spring is used to lift the solenoid core back up. So this one, yeah, I don't see any damage on here. This looks okay. Yeah. So I think that comes up from there. It's hooked with a little spring. This is the other solenoid actuator. Oh! Oh, just pulled the core out of the solenoid. If you ever wondered what one looked like. Let's check this one out for damage. No, it all looks alright. Looks okay. No problem. Tooth this gear out. There's a bit of hair on it. Fluffy. Besides that, doesn't look bad. We'll take this off. This is an important part there. So this is the complicated cam, and it's more complicated over here. Look at all those different tracks. I note that you've got short ones, different heights. So there's short cams and longer ones. Yeah. And the hair. Don't mean the hair's original. So there's a little peg on there. I don't know if you can see that peg. So this was that way up. So this peg must operate on those. It's quite short. Oh, hang on. I think I might have seen something. Let's fetch this out. Wow, look at that. We found, I think, a problem. There is the little peg there, and there's a broken piece there you can just make out. Question is, where is it? Oh, where's that gone? And would you believe my luck? Look what I found. There's a lucky find. That is the peg that's missing off here. It's an exact fit. It's hollow for some reason as well. I don't know why they'd do that. I'm hoping I can just glue this back on, but not with this grease on there. So that's going to cause me a problem. I'll give this a bit of a wash. Just clean the grease and muck off it. Give the glue the best chance going. To reinforce it as well, because this is going to be quite difficult to get right. This plastic fit. If I lose this, it's going to be a real bad day. I think it'd be a good idea to reinforce this if I can with a bit of wire. So I'm not sure how good the glue is going to hold this. So I found some wire that fits through nicely. It's 24 gauge wire. It does have the start of a hole in it, but it's not very deep, so just going to wind that in a bit. Is that going any depth? Yeah, that'll help. I sort of only got one shot at this really, so let's put a bit of glue on here. Okay, And then, hopefully not glue my fingers to it, put the wire through there. So that's now our wire reinforced part. Okay, so that's like that. I'll cut that off, make it a bit easier to deal with. Don't need bubbles on the glue this time. That's more like it. A little piece of glue like that, and then just push this all the way down. Hopefully it will sit straight. A little bit of glue there just to, I don't know why. I just felt like a bit of extra glue. Let's try and get this back together a little bit. So there's a repaired part here. Let's hope it stands up. Now this is a bit more lubricated. So this will go on first under there. That's what that does. Next part, put this cam wheel on. So that goes. We can put this cam wheel back on as well. Two-handed job maybe. That's got it. That's how that's supposed to work. That spring is hooked around there, holds the solenoid up. Next part then. This little thingy here sits on there. Which side of that did it go? Maybe that side, I think. Oh, supposed to engage with that solenoid as well. That spring's supposed to be over there. And talking of springs, it's supposed to have a spring on it. So I'll hook a spring on. There we go. Put this back on. Oh, I can see mechanisms turning now. Look at that. So I need to hold that from here. Just get that over the motor pulley. Get some of these screws in, stop it pinging off. I've got a feeling there's not much more wrong with this, so what I've got to do is put the cassette mechanisms back in the front panel here. Yes, number number 1 I wrote on there. Let's get the eject button lined up. I think that's it. And deck number 2, the troublesome one. Pop some screws in, stop this floating about. Oh, I hate it when they do that. Sort of cross-threading their own bloody holes. A bit of a pain to tease this back into place. All these wires everywhere. Make sure I don't get any trapped. Might be better on its side. Yeah, this keyboard has to go in this slot. Aye, aye, aye. Whilst this bent, oh crikey. Oh, I'm not fancying this. Yes, some of these puzzles, it needs to have everything lined and engaged. These little clips go in there, and these things, they sit on top, they go inside. What a horrible arrangement this is. That's these pesky pins here. Not quite lined up. That looks better. But it's snapping into place now. Oh, I think it just did. Okay. That's lucky. Now to put all these wires away. Oh, crikey. Where to start? So that's the cassette heads there for the one deck. The CN6 that goes in there. This is one bastard connects to the system. I'm not a fan of these. Oh, it's jumped over. Has that gone in? I think that might have done it. Let's pop the little latch on. Ah. This is an infernal job, I tell you. It's just really awkward. I really hope I fixed these cassette deck things. If I'm going to take all this out again, there'll be trouble. Right, let's put some power on this. There we have the light that says it's going backwards. Well, I guess you've got to put a tape in it. Oh, Belinda's going to have to take a chance again. See if she gets chewed up. How promising is that? Going that way, will it go backwards? Oh ho ho! I'm pleased with that. What about the other deck? See how that does. Another sacrificial lamb in the tape deck. There we are, playing. Excellent. Stops. It doesn't fast forward, does it rewind? Oh, why? Does it play? No. Let's stop that one, that's confusing me. So, no movement. Don't rewind. I've just got a tight tape. Oh, crikey, yeah. Oh, that looks ominous there, doesn't it? Why's that all creased? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, we won't play that one. Try another one. I'm going through the whole 90s tape collection. Fast forward. Yes. Rewind. Yes. Play. Yes. Now, can you do that with Belinda? Yes. Rewind. Fast forward. Yeah. Play backwards. Play forwards. Excellent. I suppose I better check the sound quality of this stuff. But have a listen to it, see if the pitch is holding steady, if it sounds about right. We'll start with what's that on the left. Oh, bit of 90s music. I think that's whole. That takes me back, but it would do, it's my tape. Sounds good to me. This side. I don't know this one. Oh, Belinda Carlisle, yes. So I can only put the tape in a minute ago. How can I forget already? Well, it sounds okay to me. Did it play backwards? Yes. This is a success. Just going to sort out these dodgy wonky buttons. Oh, balls, I've just realised the tape counter's not going. Oh, there's a little belt there, I'm going to have to change that. I thought it's alright. Yeah, actually, it is pretty slack. Oh, bum. Worse of this, I've got to take this tape deck out to change that. Oh, bloody hell. I'm trying to take the deck out, still in the machine. Is it possible? Well, there's a screw here. Well, there's only 4 screws. Now these front ones are simple to get at. This back one here, I'll try a little screwdriver bit. Depends how tight I did it up. Oh. Not too bad. It's coming, it's coming. Will it wiggle loose? So that's the question. I've probably got to eject the door. Okay. Ah, is that enough? Oh, I think that's enough to get that out. Question is, have I got one of these in the collection? Probably. Oh, where to start? It's not an exact science really. Stretch them out. We want it to be tighter than it is now. A bit tight, I think. Try and tease this in because the pulley's behind that little gear. Just like that. Okay, the eject button. I'll tell you what though, I don't like the look of this. Hanging by a thread this is. That's no good for anyone. Oh. Not hanging by a thread anymore. Let's strip a bit more insulation off here. Come on. There we go. Just tack that on there. Hold still. There we go. See how we've done. Do we have a tape count now? Oh, that's better. Now we got it counting. Perfect. We're getting there with this. I'm just going to turn my attention to those wonky buttons. Or the missing button. Let's prop that up. What can I do about that? Well, actually, I'm going to try just a little bit of super glue on it. See how that holds. Have I got to hold this for hours? I haven't thought this through, have I? Oh, shit. I've just had a better idea. I can glue that from behind with something more flexible, I'm thinking. And probably hot melt glue, but I couldn't hot melt it from the front because you'll see it. If I can just tease this out of here, if that's possible. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. Yeah, I can be a bit bolder with this way round. Yes, the buttons don't go anywhere. Yes, just gob it up there. Oh, which one was it? I'm forgetting now. Oh, it's just going to pour out all on its own anyway. Go on then. Be interesting to see how this works out, really. See if that interferes with anything, or does it just slide in nicely? How does it go? Let's go underneath there. No? Yeah, like that. That fits underneath, I think. Like that. That doesn't look too shabby at all. Feels good. So now that rewarding part, you put all the screws back in. Love this part. How many screws have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, there's one down here, wasn't there? That in. All the screws accounted for. Can I get this lid on? Any chance? You just love treading on stuff, don't you? It's going to turn into a cat petting channel, this is, isn't it? Yep, I think that's it. Just start shoving screws. That should pull it a bit better. That straightens it up a bit, doesn't it? All better now. That wasn't too bad in the end. It's amazing what you can do with a few little belts and a bit of glue, really. Cheap parts list. Catch you next time.